So if you haven't seen it already, it looks like the Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng, after 22 days in office, looks like he might be getting sacked. Seriously. So this from Robert Peston. Kwasi Kwarteng was of course only implementing the tax cuts promised by Truss, plus a chunk on top. So she is irrevocably implicated in the financial and economic mess. But Tory MPs, including ministers, say her ability to survive this mess depends on her moving swiftly to appoint a new Chancellor, one with credibility in markets. They can think of three: Michael Gove, Sajid Javid and Rishi Sunak. This would be the climb down of all climb downs. It's been 22 days. Kwarteng and Truss will be given time and space to tough it out, but that their colleagues should be talking about replacing one or both of them so soon is extraordinary in the true meaning of the word. Yeah, this is absolutely extraordinary. So if you haven't seen it already, this news comes after the Bank of England has had to intervene simply because of the government's own actions, which is well, not unprecedented, but they obviously had to intervene. I think it was after 9/11 and after the financial crash as well. But this, oh my God, it's got the Guardian article up here. The Bank of England has announced it will intervene in the financial markets in response to the meltdown after Kwasi Kwarteng's mini budget. Threadneedle Street said it would begin buying long-dated UK government bonds starting on Thursday in an attempt to stabilise the market. The bank said it would launch temporary and targeted purchases in the gilt market on financial stability grounds at an urgent pace. And they say, this is the Bank of England, in line with its financial stability objectives, the Bank of England stands ready to restore market functioning and reduce any risks from contagion to credit conditions for UK households and businesses. So basically they're saying that the government, if the Bank of England hadn't intervened, there could well be another financial crash just in England, caused entirely by the government's, I don't even want to use the word idiocy. I have absolutely no words for what they've done. They know what they're doing. They knew what they were doing and what it would create. Rishi Sunak, to give him credit, predicted this exactly. So here's from The Spectator. There will be a run on sterling, the gilts markets will be in freefall, and the FTSE will tumble as global investors take fright and sell off every form of British asset. It might take only a few days, or the government might stagger through until the end of September, but before long Liz Truss and the new Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng will have been forced to call in the IMF to stabilise a collapsing economy. This is, at least according to the former Chancellor Rishi Sunak. And this obviously... this came before when the Tory leadership election was going on. So The Spectator goes on, with just a few desperate days left in his Duma, fucking, I can't even spell check this fucking thing. With just a few desperate days left in his doomed leadership campaign, he has declared his opponent's tax and spending plans so wild and reckless that they risk a full-blown sterling crisis of the sort we have not seen since the 1970s. So this is The Spectator taking the piss out of Rishi Sunak for predicting literally exactly what has happened in the last few days. Just incredible. Just, it really goes to show the level of our media. It's just, oh, it's astonishing. Also, we've got Kwasi Kwarteng, who is apparently going to hold a meeting with bankers to discuss the fallout of his utter idiocy. The Treasury has categorically denied that Kwarteng will ask financiers not to bet against the pound, which has fallen to record lows against the dollar in recent days. They've categorically denied it, but oh my God. And this from Sam Coates of Sky News. He's told by a city source that it's hard to overstate how serious the situation is today. There is concern over the health of pension funds, and this is why the Bank of England has acted. And also Lewis Goodall, he was of the BBC, Formerly the BBC. Is now with LBC. He's just obviously posted about the Bank of England announcement there. But he's also gone on to say about Kwasi Kwarteng, leaving aside economics, if this continues, the pressure on the Chancellor's position will be intense. And that's, obviously a problem for the Prime Ministers. They're completely intertwined politically and in terms of economic policy. And so I've heard in other ways. I don't even want to think about that. And then good. Yeah, okay. What is the point of her government without him? Gooder goes on to say it's a question that Truss would have to answer in the event that she lost her Chancellor to the markets. The free market literally taking out a Chancellor. A free market chance. Oh, it's just, the irony is just exquisite. And then there's this absolutely insane theory from Tory supporters that apparently the pound isn't crashing because of Kwasi Kwarteng's tax cuts. Apparently it's because the markets are terrified of Keir Starmer. So yeah, this is Daniel Hannan, who was a massive Brexiteer who, oh, Jesus Christ, the amount of stuff that he said about, oh, Brexit will do this and this, it'll be brilliant, be absolutely brilliant, and then literally everything that he said, the complete opposite, has actually happened. What can you even say to crap like this? And I mean, we posted because fucking, oh, it's absolutely ridiculous. Lord Ashcroft, the famous Lord Ashcroft, posted this tweet saying, apparently a currency trader just told him that one of the drivers to sell sterling was not just the mini budget, but a concern that Labour could form the next government. It's all Labour's fault, apparently. And now everyone's obviously taking the piss. So we posted, currency trader tells me that sterling's only fallen because Jeremy Corbyn played a version of Doom that lets you kill Margaret Thatcher at a fringe event at Labour conference. And there, if you haven't seen it, that's to do with quite meta, well, not even meta really, but where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that one went slightly big. But yeah, the Independent was reporting this was literally whilst the pound was absolutely plunging. The Independent were reporting the massive story that Jeremy Corbyn played a version of Doom that lets you kill Margaret Thatcher, and this was at a Labour conference fringe event. So that absolutely massive news, obviously. Yeah, so that's our liberal media, that one. Okay. But yeah, we live in a very, very normal country. Very, very normal country. Who is this? Economist Duncan Weldon reacts to Conservative peer Daniel Hannan. This is what we were talking about earlier. Daniel Hannan saying that apparently the market reaction to the terrible market reaction was apparently because of Keir Starmer. Let's have a listen to it.
Daniel Hannan's suggestion that this is actually all happening because the markets are terrified of Keir Starmer.
Well, I'm curious to know how the markets just discovered Keir Starmer's existence on Friday morning. They're usually a bit more alert than that. I mean, it does feel a bit like, you spend the first 12 years blaming the last Labour government for everything that's gone wrong, and then you also blame the next Labour government for the last 2 years.
Just so you know, I'm stealing that line. Duncan Weldon, many thanks indeed, economist and author whose work, as you can tell, is a paean to clarity.
Oh, Angela Rayner. That's a genuine actual quote from Angela Rayner. Liz Truss has even crashed the pork market. Now that is a disgrace. Oh my fucking God. Rachel Reeves is getting involved. This is turning into an absolute catastrophe for Liz Truss and Kwasi Kwarteng. Like, you literally couldn't have a worse start to your premiership than this. This is absolutely This literally is unprecedentedly shit. Oh my god. Okay, well, this is actually really quite bad. Apparently the Bank of England's intervention has failed, so you can see where they've intervened. I would imagine here where it's gone up, so there's more confidence because the Bank of England's gonna basically say we'll buy all this debt, it will be bought back, you'll get your money back. But now, oh my god, the pound's fallen yet again. The pound's down to $1.05 now. So what, the lowest I think it was $1.03. It's gonna go to parity with the what can you even say? So Richard Murphy on Twitter, he's he's a left-wing economist, but just a progressive economist really, but he talks a lot of sense. He's been he's obviously written put a lot of his views on about what's going on at the moment. And he basically said the Bank of England has basically just restarted quantitative easing, which is how the crises of 2008, 2020, obviously the pandemic and stuff were managed. That was the expenditure with COVID and all the furlough and stuff like that. In effect, this means the government creates money. That's what quantitative easing actually is. Basically, yes, there is a magic money tree. We can actually just create our own money if we want to, literally. I don't know why politicians say it. There's no magic money tree. There literally is. If you have a sovereign currency, you literally can create your own money. So Richard Murphy goes on to say this is the only way the government can fund itself into the next year. So he's been calling for this. The move is also welcome for another reason. It will apparently increase bond prices and so reduce pressure on interest rates, which obviously, if interest rates go up even higher, then people's mortgages will go up because you have to, the higher the interest rates go, that will add on to the mortgage payments basically. So at the moment, previously, like a couple of weeks ago, mortgages were about 3%, I think, average about 3%. I think they're going up to about 6% at the moment, so the interest on them is basically doubling. I think it depends obviously on your mortgage and stuff, but it's going to add 200, 100, 200, 300 upwards. It could add, if you've got a big enough mortgage, possibly even £1,000 a month extra to mortgages. It just depends on what you've taken out. And the point is, if you've taken out a mortgage which was at the very far end of your budget, and interest rates they are rising now, and they're going to rise quite a lot more, but you're screwed. You're basically absolutely screwed if you've got a mortgage where it's just. And the fact is that this affects mortgages of people with landlords as well. So landlords will have their monthly repayments going up, and what are they going to do? They're just going to pile it on renters, aren't they? They're going to say, I can't afford this. I'm going to put your rent up. So this is the point. It's good. This is going to absolutely devastate so many people, not just homeowners and mortgage holders, renters as well. It's literally everybody other than those who actually own outright their own houses. It's going to affect, I don't know the statistics or whatever, but I would struggle to believe that more than 20% of the country own their houses outright. So what, 4/5, 80% probably of the country are going to get absolutely screwed over by these interest rate rises. And then what happens if the economy does actually crash? I don't want to say into uncharted territory with this, but we are fucked if this continues, and if what the Bank of England has done doesn't actually work. We're really, really screwed. So I hope you enjoyed that anyway. Yeah, we've only just started with the YouTube videos, and we're not really sure how to structure anything or what we should be doing. So if you've got any comments or anything, just drop them down below. You might have seen I've got a cat here. This is our Oscar, our admin assistant, and he loves annoying me whilst I'm trying to record videos, and he loves scratching the door, and he's very happy about it. And yeah, if you want to support what we're doing or anything like that, head to evolvepolitics.com/support. If you just drop us donation, monthly donations are the best. We're obviously, like everybody else, struggling quite badly at the moment. And if you can drop us any money or anything like that to support us, then we can carry on doing this, and you can carry on seeing Oscar. We'll catch you in the next one.